I'm the boss up. Fix your credit, girl, get at it, get your bag up. Hit that gym and get back fine.
Hey peeps, it's Rina and welcome to my anxiety-filled life. If you're already subscribed to the channel, thank you for coming back once again for another video. If you are not subscribed and this is the first time you're seeing my face, welcome, welcome, welcome. And just to join us, all you have to do is hit that little subscribe button. It's pretty great over here, but you know, that's just me saying it. I feel like I need to give y'all a name. Like, what do y'all think about cousins? Like, would I be like, hey cousins or something like that? Because like, y'all be giving me cousin energy lately. I don't know. So let me know in the comments if you like that. Anywho, this NACA video was supposed to drop last Wednesday, but there was a lot going on. It was technical issues with my new camera. I was trying to get refills for my meds, and the election had me on the edge. But you know, y'all don't really care about that, do y'all? Right. Today, I want to finally get into the details about meeting my NACA Realtor and my NACA counselor. So let's get into today's video. So before I got paired up with my NACA Realtor, I was already looking for regular run-of-the-mill realtors that were in the New York area and that were well-versed in the NACA program. Once I joined the Facebook unofficial NACA group, I realized that people were having more success with NACA realtors, so I decided to, find myself one. I made a request by emailing red@naca.com and basically giving them my first name, my last name, my NACA ID, and my location. And basically they sent out a referral, and in the same day, I think that was May 21st, I was able to get paired up with a NACA realtor, and they said that he would be contacting me soon. About a week later, I got an email and a call from him saying that, hey, just introducing himself and asking when we can, have a meeting. I was available that same day, so, we had a call. So we virtually met through Google Hangouts because that's the link that he sent me. I guess that's what he was comfortable with, as opposed to like Zoom or Microsoft Teams or whatever. But he was still able to share his screen with me, and we were able to go look at his website for properties as well as Realtor.com. With people not paying their mortgage and behind on bills, I'm expecting that New York will transition from a seller's market into a buyer's market. I know that's terrible to say in a pandemic, but if I'm going to be purchasing in New York, one of the most expensive housing markets there are in the US, I need to be an opportunist and take whatever opportunities I can. Sometimes I think about moving to Georgia or Texas because the people in the group, they be in their houses like that. Their houses be looking like mini mansions or whatever. And I be like, maybe that might be the life for me, because sheesh, them houses look nice. But, I love New York. My family's here. My job is here. So I'm going to stay here. Anywho, these are the things that I learned from my conversation with my NACA Realtor. 1, buying a 2 to 3 family home is not impossible for my range. It's hard, but not impossible. And us going through all the properties that we looked at, I was able to see that, okay, I can get certain houses in whatever areas that I'm interested in. The only drawback is that I might have to do a buy down on the rate so I can get more house. And usually I think he recommended like about $10,000, and I'm fine and prepared for that. Also, I want to mention that the price range that we were looking at for houses was my old one from my second ATD. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up above, but I'll update you about my new range. Number 2, this is a given, but the further I am away from Manhattan, the cheaper it will be. Obviously, I know this, but like, I didn't realize like what areas I could purchase in and what would be available to me, and I was actually shocked. So that really made me happy. I'm also looking in New Jersey and Connecticut, but I really want to stay in the New York area so I can be as close to my family as possible. Number 3, I learned to distinguish the rundown properties that need a full gut as opposed to houses that are just like fixer-uppers by just looking at details in the description box. So we went through a few properties as examples, and he showed me what to look for. So I would prefer a fixer-upper with very minor changes, and then I'll include whatever changes into my mortgage. The 4th thing is that the taxes need to be $5,000 max or lower. That's something that I didn't really look into, but like, it makes sense. Like, taxes in New York go up every year, and I need to be able to still afford my home on my own in the event that I do not get a tenant. So that is something else I'm paying attention closer to now. Number 5, to check the HOA fees. So HOA fees, they range from whatever community your future house is going to be in. So it might be as low as $0, and it might be as high as $500. So just like making sure that you're prepared for those costs. Number 6, and this was the biggest one for me, I didn't know this before, but he said that my future home needs to be a max of 1 hour from my job office. And I was like, why did it matter where I live? But it kind of makes sense. They're trying to put you in a great position, and working from, you know, a 1.5 to 2 hour commute is not ideal for me. I like my commute now, which is 30 minutes. If I could do 1 hour max, that would be great. And that's by car. I don't have a car. I rather travel by train and bus. I'm currently traveling by train. So, yeah, we'll see how that works out. So the conversation was probably about 1 to 2 hours, and it was very thorough. He answered all of my questions. Just like if you're going to talk to your NACA realtor, just become prepared with questions, and see, you know, if you can get a better idea of what kind of home that you can afford. So I felt definitely more confident about my housing options after talking to him, and we're going to catch up again once I get closer to being ready to buy a home. So yeah. Now I'm going to talk about meeting my NACA counselor. So as for my NACA counselor, I was afraid to be paired up with her, and let me explain. They were airing her name out in the NACA unofficial group, and I was like, wait, what area is she in? And I was like, oh damn, I hope I do not get paired up with her. They were basically saying that she was rude and disrespectful during the ATD event, and I'm like, oh, please God, please do not let me be paired up with this lady. Please. And God heard my prayer, and he humbled me real quick because I got paired up with her anyways. So yeah. When I saw the email coming that I was paired up with her, I was like, no, why, Lord? Why? But I'm just like a super dramatic person, so yeah. So fast forwarding to September 16th, which was my first meeting with my counselor. Truthfully, this was like 2 weeks after my breakup, so I wasn't in the best mood, but I was like, let me just get through this and, you know, whatever. But one thing about the meeting that I didn't like was that she was a little bit late, but I understood because she said that her morning meetings were pushed. I just wish she had communicated that to me earlier, so I wasn't like waiting for a while. But I was, you know, super understanding. I'm gonna say this right now, she was one of the nicest ladies I've ever met in my life, and that's saying something because I live with my mom. Y'all gonna meet her one day. She is a ball of sunshine. But my NACA counselor was very, very nice. So I don't know if she just didn't have coffee that day, or she was just really stressed, because, you know, these ATD events are very stressful for them. So I'm not excusing her behavior during ATD, but I'm thinking that maybe she's just having a bad day and she took it out on people. And, you know, obviously that's not professional, but, you know, we're all human at the end of the day. Anywho, she updated my file. Was very impressed with my preparedness and my organization. She was able to remove some of the loans that I had already paid off. I had paid off some extra loans. And when I tell y'all, she updated it, and then she told me what my range was, I was like, wait, are you serious? And she was laughing at me because, like, when I say my jaw dropped, I was just like, pick it up. Like, so my housing limit increased to $450K. I don't remember what my limit was from my last video, but it was not as high as $450K. So that gives me a little bit more leverage, and I can look with my realtor again at new homes with the, you know, the higher range now. And that $450K is without a buy down on the rate. But if I do like a $10K buy down, like I said I was gonna do with my realtor earlier, it would probably be like $478K, like $480. I think we rounded up to like $480K. So I'm just like, that is more than enough. Also, I think in my last video I told y'all my monthly mortgage was like $2,100, around that. Now it's $2,510. That's my max monthly mortgage. So I am completely happy with that number. I don't need anything that's higher than that. I probably wouldn't be able to afford it on my own anyway. So I'm completely happy with that number. So here are some things I learned about my conversation with my NACA counselor. So number one, even though there's a lot of apps like Trulia and what are the other ones? I can't even think of them right now. But there's so many apps to look for houses on. The most trusted one is Realtor.com, because all of the homes that are on there are listed by licensed realtors. So she said, you know, to stick with that website for finding my future home. So that's what I'm gonna do. So number two, I am a non-priority member because my salary is pretty high. So she taught me how to use the census for MSA map based on my salary, and all I have to do is stay below 99.99%, and that's how I know which areas I can buy in. At first, I was worried because I was like, as a non-priority member, I thought I was gonna have to like only live in areas that I would never live in for my safety. So once we started looking at some like addresses and stuff like that, I was like, okay, this is not that bad. So yeah, all I have to do is stay below the 99.99% or just 100, below 100% track medium family income. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. Number 3, I can pair down payment assistance programs with NACA. That might be a little bit tricky for me because I have a high salary and there's a lot of like income limits for down payment assistance, but I'm gonna stay optimistic and keep searching for the program that fits for me. If I can't, I can always try to convince the seller to contribute to, you know, my down payment or something like that, or any closing costs or something like that. So that'll be just a little bit extra money, but I'm gonna work my way around it somehow. So since I'm buying a multifamily, I need to complete a landlord verification program. And she gave me a website. I'll leave it here and I'll leave it in the description box below. So once I finish these courses and get my certificate, I'll be able to submit that so that, you know, I can get my multifamily. Number 5, I need to save $1,100 per month, starting from the time that we met in September. That's not gonna be a problem for me. I've already saved like $4K since I moved out of my apartment in September. So yeah, the only drawback is that I cannot withdraw from that account or it has to restart my entire timeline and I have to wait another 6 months. So I'm not gonna be pulling any money out of that account. I'm just gonna be adding money in. Number 6, since I moved home, I'm technically living at home for free while I save up for my house, but I need to show some kind of proof of, you know, rent, since I'm not in my old apartment anymore. So since I pay a huge chunk of our family's phone bill with my brother, I'm going to just be paying my mother $200 per month, and I'm sending the money to her as opposed to me paying online on the app directly. So I have to show consistent payments of $200 per month. Number 7, I need to do 2 volunteer activities before the closing of my home. I'm hoping that these YouTube videos will count for something. And finally, number 8, and this was a big shock to me. I need $25,000 for escrow in New York. I don't remember if that's specifically for multifamilies in New York or any house in New York, but I need to save up $25,000. So my goal is to save up $35,000 in the next year, which means I'm not gonna be spending a lot. I mean, I'm working from home and I'm living from home, so I don't have too many expenses besides like my student loans and some other like subscriptions, but my spending is really low right now. Even though that really broke my heart, I'm trying to stay positive and optimistic, and I want to see this NACA journey through. The last thing I want to say is that I haven't been qualified yet. According to my action plan, it said I need to establish a very stable income and credit history, which I was really confused about, and I probably should have asked her more about that, but I didn't realize until after our video call. But I have a stable income and it's higher than it was before, but I don't know if it's probably because I started a new job in March, but yeah, my credit history is also very good, so I'm not sure what that meant, but I'll ask her that when I do my 6-month check-in. So yeah, we have a 6-month check-in that's scheduled from the time of September, so I'll be meeting her I think in February or March. October, November, December, January, February, March. Yeah, so I'll meet her in March, and we'll, you know, she'll see my progress of how much I've saved, updating my documentation, and yeah, and then I'll be closer and closer to qualification, which will be great. So like I said, this is gonna be like a 1-year long process because I need to save a lot of money in what I consider a short amount of time. I was hoping that I can lower the cost on my student loans, but that hasn't been working out for me right now. So I'm just gonna figure out how to have some other streams of income that will help me reach that goal a little bit faster. And she said if I saved up the money like within 6 months, I can, you know, fast track instead of waiting the entire 12 months. So that doesn't seem doable, but I am considering options for how to do that. So yeah, that's my NACA update for today. If you made it here to the end, thank you so much for kicking it with me per usual. If you made it here this far, please leave some money bag emojis. Yeah, switch it up on y'all. Y'all thought it was gonna be peep emojis. No, but there's a reason why I'm switching it for this video. Before I let you guys go, I want you to notice that my subscriber count is almost at 900 supporters strong, which is insane. It's wild. Thank you so much for the support so far. I'm still new to this. I'm a beginner, so I'm still getting into the swing of things in terms of like scheduling and equipment and all that good stuff. But this has been a great journey so far. So I'm gonna continue and keep going. As promised, there will be a giveaway once we reach 1,000 subscribers. And since we're close now, I can tell you what it is. I am going to be giving away $250 to one lucky winner. And I'll pay it through either Cash App, Venmo, or Zelle, or Chase Quick Pay if you have that. Quarantine has really been rough for a lot of people, and I wanted to do something to give back, especially because you guys have been supporting me from the start. I know $250 is not a lot of money, but that's all I can give away right now since I'm, saving up for a house. But I'm hoping to do these more in the future, especially for people who are student loan borrowers like me, so that I can help someone out with their bills when they know they can't make it for the month. So yay! I can't wait till we reach 1,000, and I'm gonna have that $250 ready to give it to the lucky winner. I don't have the details yet for the giveaway, but once we reach 1,000, I'll post a video about the giveaway details. As per usual, spend wisely, stay safe, and you're doing the best you can, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Young, broken, independent, not broken, not quitting, I'ma get it. Even though I still struggle, I'm sufficient. Like what's up, aiming, how it's business. Believe me, it's finna happen. They call them detours, we call it passion. How many no's you receive? I just stopped counting. So why you still doing it? I'ma cash in the fountain. See this dream dance between my ear canal, lives inside my heart like a future child. Possess the wisdom in between my smile. The world gotta see me, it may take a while. That's okay, it's prepared for. Played a lot of shows I had to pay for. Define the crowd, me, myself, and I, and the DJ and my homeboys. Good things take some time, I'm like, ooh yeah. Patience is a virtue when I'm moving. Looking at my life, it's a movie. Lot of ups and downs, I'm sticking to it. I got the sauce, I got the drip. I make the play, I get the assist. Impossible, it exists. The slow grind made a better trip.